Hi, this is Abdus Salam Tuhan. I am an apprentice lawyer of Bangladesh. Today I am trying to explain the negative impact of underground politics in Bangladesh, like in many other countries, can have several negative impacts on the country's political, social, and economic landscape. Below are some of the key negative impacts of underground politics in Bangladesh. 1. Undermining democracy. Underground politics often operate outside the formal political framework, leading to a lack of transparency and accountability. This can undermine democratic processes and reduce public trust in elected officials and institutions. When political decisions are made in secrecy, it erodes the credibility of the democratic system. 2. Violence and political instability. Political groups or factions involved in underground activities may resort to violence, intimidation, and coercion to achieve their goals. This can lead to unrest, street protests, political assassinations, and even armed conflict. The regular occurrence of political violence destabilizes the country and hampers long-term development. 3. Corruption. Underground political dealings often involve illicit financial transactions, bribes, and corruption. Political leaders or parties who engage in such activities may be more focused on personal gain rather than national development. This undermines efforts to build a transparent and efficient governance system, leading to widespread corruption across various sectors. 4. Erosion of rule of law. Underground politics can encourage a culture of lawlessness, where political actors bypass legal channels to pursue their objectives. This erodes the rule of law and weakens judicial institutions, as individuals or groups with political power may be able to evade justice or influence legal outcomes. 5. Exclusion of marginalized groups. In underground political systems, certain groups or voices are often excluded from the political process. This marginalization can contribute to societal inequality, as decisions are made by a few influential people or groups who prioritize their own interests over those of the general population, particularly the marginalized communities. 6. Foreign influence and interference. Underground politics can also create an environment where foreign powers or organizations can exert undue influence. These external actors may back certain political factions in exchange for favorable policies, which can compromise the country's sovereignty and lead to policies that do not align with the national interest. 7. Weakening national security. When political factions operate in secrecy, they may form alliances with criminal organizations, insurgents, or other non-state actors. This can weaken national security, as it may involve illegal arms trade, terrorism, and other activities that threaten the stability of the state. 8. Economic consequences. The instability and corruption created by underground politics can deter foreign investment and economic growth. When the political environment is unpredictable, investors are less likely to invest in the country. Additionally, the resources that could be used for national development may be siphoned off by corrupt politicians involved in underground activities, hindering progress. 9. Media suppression. Underground politics often target independent media and restrict press freedom. Journalists who report on the illicit activities of political groups may face harassment, imprisonment, or even violence. This limits the free flow of information, which is vital for holding those in power accountable and ensuring an informed electorate. 10. Polarization and social division. Underground political movements often engage in divisive rhetoric and practices, deepening social and ethnic divides. This can polarize the population, making it harder to achieve national unity and cooperation. The focus on creating us versus them narratives can lead to societal fragmentation and communal violence. In conclusion, underground politics in Bangladesh, as elsewhere, can cause serious damage to the country's democratic fabric, economy, social cohesion, and governance structures. It requires concerted efforts by both political leaders and civil society to ensure transparency, strengthen democratic institutions, and promote the rule of law to mitigate these negative effects.